Hi, I'm William Colgate. Feel free to call me Bill. What you're about to see is one in a limited series of taped excerpts from a full-length one-person show I put together entitled Shakespeare, A Most Rare Vision, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bard. Ideally, my show is designed for live performance, but until such time as I appear at a theater near you, let these few videos serve as ciphers to one man's great account and on your imaginary forces work. Chorus, Henry V. Hamlet has been translated into over 75 languages, including the original Klingon. Ta, pa, there, to be or not to be. I would like to share with you a little-known theory about that particular soliloquy. Now, the reason it is little known is because I only recently came up with it. Is my theory valid? No, not at all. It's more of a fun what-if kind of theory. You see, sometimes it's helpful for an actor when preparing a role to at least initially approach it from as many different angles as possible, just to avoid getting locked in too soon. This can be especially helpful when you're dealing with a speech that carries a weight of 400 years of audience expectation and actorly angst. So, what do we know? We know Hamlet was attending the University of Wittenberg when his father died, and we know he came home for the funeral. Now here's where my totally unsubstantiated theory kicks in. What if one of Hamlet's courses at dear old U of W was Philosophy 101? And what if his class had been assigned a term paper worth 60% of their final marks, subject being to be or not to be? Explore. You see where I'm going with this? And what if, considering the circumstances, Hamlet had been given an extension on said paper with the proviso that he handed in upon his return? Now, we know he's got a lot on his plate, the whole father, uncle, mother, girlfriend thing. And we also know he's rarely had a moment's peace, what with everyone trying to glean what afflicts him. So when the opportunity for a little me time presents itself, he grabs it. Because our boy's got a paper to write. To be or not to be an exploration by Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. To be or not to be. That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To die. To sleep. No more. And by asleep, to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shock that flesh is heir to, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die. To sleep. To sleep. Perchance to dream. There's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. There's a respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns the patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those hills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment, with this regard, the currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Yes, A+.